Hello students, in this video I will cover the Supreme Court chapter from class 10 civics subject. Let us first understand the word judiciary. India has a single judiciary system. That means Supreme Court is the head of Indian judiciary and supervise all the functions of lower. Means Supreme Court is the highest court. From under that, High Court and lower courts are there. A single civil and criminal system of law operates all over the country. Means all over the country there is a civil and a criminal system of law. By the way of appeal, cases from High Court may be taken to Supreme Court. If someone is not satisfied with the decision of High Court, he or she can move to Supreme Court. But the decision of Supreme Court will be the final and he or she have to follow that decision and has to agree on that decision. Need for a single independent judiciary. Why India needs a single independent judiciary? Because it is very important to make judiciary independent and free from any executive and legislative interference. These points I will cover afterwards. What do we mean by executive and legislative interference? I will cover this later on. To deliver the rights of individuals means, but for a single independent judiciary, every individual get its right and they are free from to deliver their rights. An independent judiciary is also required for a federal setup as there is a division of powers between state and central. This is major point because in India there is a federal setup. Governments are divided in states and central. So to make a balance on this, we need an independent judiciary. Only an independent judiciary can protect democracy and safeguard the fundamental rights of the people. Next is Supreme Court. Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal in the country and it is located in New Delhi. Composition: Supreme Court consists of Chief Justice of India and not more than 25 other judges. Qualification of judges: he should be a citizen of India. He should be a judge of High Court for 5 years of 2 or more such courts in a succession. Minimum 5 years is required. He should be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the president. Means president appointed the Supreme Court judge. Next is appointment. President appoints the judges of Supreme Court in consultation with other judges of Supreme Court and High Court and Council of Ministers. Senior most judges is known as Chief Justice of India. Ad hoc judges. What do you mean by ad hoc judges? Ad hoc judges are appointed after consultation with President and consent of Chief Justice of High Court. And judges of High Court may appoint as ad hoc judges of Supreme Court by the Chief Justice of India when necessary. If necessary, then they may appoint. Term of office: Judge of Supreme Court hold office until he attains the age of 65. After 65, he or she have to resign. He may resign from his office by submitting letter of resignation to the president. Okay. A judge of Supreme Court may be removed only by the process of impeachment on the grounds of proof, misbehavior or incapacity. And the judge of Supreme Court can be impeached only if such order passed by 2/3 majority of the total membership of both the House of the Parliament. If majority of the Parliament pass the judgment, pass the order, then only Supreme Court judge will remove. Salary of judges. Judges of Supreme Court get their salary from Consolidated Fund of India, and their salary and allowances cannot be voted upon by the Parliament. Their salary are fixed, and they can be reduced only if there is a period of financial emergency. If there is financial crisis, then only the salary of Supreme Court judges will reduced. Next is, what do you mean by executive and legislative interference? This is what I am telling you. The judge of Supreme Court are appointed by the President in consultation with Prime Ministers, other ministers and Cabinet ministers. Thus, and the High Court as well. Thus, both executive and judiciary participate in the appointment of judges. This is executive point. The procedure to remove the judges is not easy and simple. A judge can only be removed by President on the grounds of proven misbehavior and incapacity. Charges against the judges first have to be addressed by the President in front of both the House of the Parliament. Charges should be in front of both the House of the Parliament, and have to be passed by 2/3 majority. Then only action will be taken. A judge can remain in office until he reaches 65 years of age, and he cannot be removed from his office except by the process of impeachment. Hence, this one. Salary and allowances of the judges. Judges get their salary from Consolidated Fund of India and cannot be reduced to their disadvantage. Judges are free to announce their decision, and their decision cannot be criticized in public or by the press. No debate, competition and discussion would be take place in the Parliament regarding decision of judges. And the Supreme Court can punish for contempt of court if he refuses to abide by decision, if he refuses to agree on that decision or to follow that decision. Judges are not allowed to continue practice after their retirement. This provision has made to ensure that they cannot influence their former colleagues in the judiciary. Next is jurisdiction and power of the Supreme Court. There are some jurisdiction. First one is original jurisdiction. Some cases which are directly originated in Supreme Court and cannot be moved to any other court than the Supreme Court. This jurisdiction is known as original jurisdiction. These are the cases which are original jurisdiction. When any dispute emerges between the Government of India on one hand and one or more states on the other hand. Another is when any dispute arises between the Government of India and one or more states on the one side and other states on the another side. Third point is when disputes arise between two or more states. These are the points which are from original jurisdiction. Next is any individual can directly approach to Supreme Court if any of his or her fundamental rights are denied or taken away by the court. He can directly apply to Supreme Court. This is also under original jurisdiction. If the Supreme Court feels that a case being tried in High Court involves a significant question of law and order, it may be transferred to the case to itself. If there is any case regarding law and order, that case will directly transfer to Supreme Court. All cases where the interpretation of Constitution. In all cases where Constitution is involved, that cases is directly filed in Supreme Court. No High Court, no lower court will perform that or will entertain that case. Next is appellate jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction refers to the power of court to review their decision and change outcomes of decision. Means they can review their decision and change the result of lower courts. If someone is not satisfied with High Court, he or she can apply to Supreme Court. And it may the result will favor to her or him. For example, if High Court if from High Court if he or she gets negative decision and he is not agree with that decision, he can apply to Supreme Court. And it may change the result. Maybe Supreme Court will give him a positive decision. So this can be happen. Next is appellate jurisdiction extend constitutional, civil and criminal cases. All matters under High Court which involves the interpretation of Constitution that is directly brought to the Supreme Court. Civil cases, the case involved important question of law and order of general importance that is directly transferred to Supreme Court. The case needs to be decided by Supreme Court, and if the High Court refuses to give a certificate, the Supreme Court can grant a special leave to appeal in certain cases. Next is criminal case. Two types of appeal in criminal case can be referred to if the cases with or without certificate lie before the High Court, if High Court does not provide certificate, and if High Court provides certificate. The certificate of High Court is not required in cases where the High Court has reversed the judgment given by lower court. These are the cases where certificate is not required and punish the accused with a death sentence. The High Court withdraws a case from lower court and gives death sentence to the accused. This type of case does not require any certificate from High Court, and it can be conducted by Supreme Court. Next is advisory function. The Supreme Court has an advisory jurisdiction on any question of law which is referred to by the President. Supreme Court advise President and President as advice Supreme Court. Both can happen. It gives advice under the following circumstances. If President feels that any law is of extreme public importance, he can ask for advice of the Supreme Court. However, such advice is not binding on the President or the government. Means it is not necessary that President should follow it. He may or may not follow that advice, not decision. Disputes which arise out of pre-constitutional treaties and agreements which are excluded in original jurisdiction can be referred to Supreme Court for advisory jurisdiction. In this case, President asks for advice to Supreme Court. Next is revisory jurisdiction. In this jurisdiction, Supreme Court has a power to review any judgment with a view to undo any enormous decision given by the Supreme Court has already made a decision, but he can review that decision again and change the judgment as well. This is important because Supreme Court is also a court of record and its decision may be referred by other courts while giving judgment. It takes record of every judgment, so the public need record. Means if High Court, if the case is on High Court, then the record is needed by Supreme Court. From the Supreme Court, the record is needed. Judicial review. As the Supreme Court is the highest judicial authority, it can review any law passed by the Parliament or government and can declare it null and void if it violates any provision made in the Constitution. Means if any law harms the Constitution, Supreme Court has the power to make it not valid. This is known as power of judicial review, and this power is only within Supreme Court. Supreme Court has the power to review all national and state laws and executive orders and declare them null and void if they do not confirm the spirit of Constitution. Judicial review is also important power of Supreme Court because of the following reasons. Like in a federal setup like that of India, if any disputes arise between state and government, next the Supreme Court can settle between them. In Constitution, a law made by ambiguously written, the question of interpretation of law may arise and the Supreme Court has a power to settle disputes. Another point is the Supreme Court may not have required wisdom and experience to explain laws. This work can be done easily by the Supreme Court. This is judicial review. Next is court of record. The decisions of Supreme Courts are recorded for evidence and testimony. All the decisions are recorded from Supreme Court, High Court or lower court. They all are recorded. High courts are expected to give similar judgments in cases which are handled by them. The Supreme Court is a court of record, which means the judgment given by the Supreme Court are preserved and can be produced as evidence in any court. Anyone can make that decision as evidence and produced in front of any case, whether in Supreme Court, High Court, or lower court. If a person is held in contempt of court, means disrespecting the decision and dignity of the court. If a person is not follow the decision of Supreme Court, he or she can be punished by the court. Next is administrative and supervisory function of Supreme Court. Appointment of officer and staff members of the Supreme Court are made by Chief Justice of India and other judges. Supreme Court make rules before any case regarding the conduct of advocates and other persons appearing before it. Supreme Court had simplified the procedures in the area of public interest litigation. Chief Justice of India can recommend transfer of any judges in High Court. And however, such recommendation is not binding on government if such recommendation is made without consulting four senior most judges of Supreme Court. Next is function of Supreme Court. What are the other functions of Supreme Court? As we say that Supreme Court has original jurisdiction to settle disputes which arise between state and central government. It also has original jurisdiction over cases which deal with interpretation of law and order and constitution. The Supreme Court also decides cases on appeals which are made to be in respect of original jurisdiction. Under appellate jurisdiction, any case pending in High Court or lower courts can be brought before the Supreme Court if it involves same the Constitution, civil and criminal cases. Any important function of Supreme Court is that it allows leave to appeal against the judgment of any court of India. This power is only exercised by Supreme Court only when civil cases involve the law dealing with the interest of public. This power can be exercised in criminal case when the interpretation of law arises and it is readily realized that grave injustice has been done. These are the functions which are other functions of Supreme Court. Extra functions. Any citizen whose fundamental rights have been violated can directly approach to Supreme Court. Supreme Court can declare any law made by the government as null and void. Therefore, we call Supreme Court of India. Therefore, we call the Supreme Court of India as the guardian of Constitution. Here the chapter comes at end. Thank you very much.